All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the We Book It podcast. Let's start the show.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? What's going on, wrestling family, and friends? It's your boy, Virgil, back again with another episode of the We Book It podcast. And listen, this episode is your All Elite recap, and this is for what? None other than Blood and Guts. That's right. If you missed it, you missed a dandy of a damn episode. Pay-per-view quality right there on your television. Blood and Guts for free, given to each and every last one of us. Listen, it emanated from the First Horizon Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. And like I said, it's presented by Blood and Guts by AEW. And like I said, for the first time in company history, the women stepped into the Blood and Guts match with Jamie Hayter led team of Kris Statlander, Timeless Toni Storm, Mina Shirakawa, Willow Nightingale, and Harley Cameron. They faced Mercedes Moné, Bayne, Marina Shafir, and the Triangle of Madness. So again, it's going to be a great night, you guys. Like I told you, this episode of AEW Dynamite was absolutely quality cinema. And the women, no slack to them, kicked off the show. So you got to remember, in this one, the blood flowed early and often in this battle. While the two sides looked evenly matched throughout, the heels used their entry advantage to wear out the baby faces. The Triangle of Madness managed to escape the cage and pull out most of their competition. It left Mina and Storm overwhelmed in the ring, and the Timeless One quit to protect Mina. So, guys, all in all, this was an incredible match from start to finish. The pacing of about 45 minutes, but never felt like the match slacked in itself. Again, they helped immensely by a unique arsenal of weapons. Again, when you expect Blood and Guts, when you name a match Blood and Guts, you expect none other than what? Blood and Guts. And that's what you got in this match. A lot of the Blood and Guts matches have always had the issue of going too long, but this went exactly as long as it was needed and ended with a perfect emotional climax. It was hard to imagine that AEW had planned for the ending before Mina was inserted into the action, but Storm submitting to protect the love of her life made so much sense. It made the heels look like masterminds. So while everyone had their time, this was a real showcase for Shafir. Once she arrived late, while the latest experienced competitor, she always looked poised and sold herself as the most dangerous woman in the ring. They're really building her up, probably to be a future AEW world champion. The Triangle of Madness, Bayne and Shafir especially gained major momentum off of this win. They stood tall over 6 of the top women in AEW and won in impressive fashion. This should give the AEW Women's World Champion plenty of fresh challengers in the coming months, assuming she can defeat Moné, which that's a tall task because we know Moné wants to collect all the belts, and that AEW Women's World Championship, she might be trying to collect that one too. The CEO did well consistently in her role, but the goal of her inclusion was selling her rising heat with Statlander. That was obvious throughout the multiple memorable spots that those two had together. So again, this literally, they kicked off the show, this episode, with a main event quality match right there. I mean, this coming off of Monday Night Raw, giving you John Cena winning the Intercontinental Championship, and Tuesday night giving you that amazing last man standing match between Ricky Saints and Trick Williams. So you know AEW put their best foot forward on this program, wanted to show up the rest of the shows that they were stacked against. And I'll be damned if this first match didn't live up to it, man. They did a really, really good job with it. Next up, Falls Count Anywhere, Hangman Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, listen, Powerhouse Hobbs alongside Samoa Joe and Shibata successfully defended their World Trios Championships against Hangman Adam Page, Eddie Kingston, and Hook on the November 5th episode of Dynamite. Hangman Adam Page and Powerhouse Hobbs started this contest in the ring, but quickly brawled to the outside. Their fight went into the crowd, where the Cowboys sent Hobbs off the platform, through a table, and into an electrical equipment. Ouch. The pinfall to follow was academic. Afterwards, Shibata and Joe struck trying to trap Hangman in the War Games cage. Instead, Eddie Kingston and Hook arrived and saved Page. Hangman then declared he will fight the Samoan submission machine at Full Gear inside of a steel cage. Listen, that match is going to be pure cinema. Cannot wait for that. These two, I really appreciate the way that Samoa Joe is making me care about Hangman Adam Page, because quite frankly, I've not cared about Hangman Adam Page in a long time. I was not excited that they gave him the nod as the next AEW World Champion. I would have rather have been MJF or Bobby Lashley had I had my pick. But as a babyface champion, this makes sense, and I like it. I like what they're doing. I like how Joe is so dastardly. He makes you want to cheer for Hangman Adam Page. And Hangman Adam Page, for what it's worth, is doing his babyface gimmick to the best of his ability, and he's selling it. It works, you know. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what happens at Full Gear between those guys. You don't want to miss that. Next up, we have Brodito, who would protect Ricky Steamboat from FTR. So Tony Schiavone introduced Ricky Steamboat, who reflected on his wrestling history before FTR interrupted him. Then next thing you know, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, and Stokely Hathaway teased Steamboat, then threatened to beat him down even after he was graciously leaving the ring. Bandito and Brody King saved Steamboat and even let him throw some classic chops at Dax. Now, for all we know, Ric Flair was supposed to be a part of this segment too. But like I said, I think Ric Flair has recently had some rotator cuff injury. So he was he was in a lot of pain. So he got sent home. Obviously, like I said, with them being in North Kakalaki, they are in his home state. So again, it was a place where he could have been, but ultimately was not there for that. This was just another segment just to bring some heat to FTR and make the baby faces look strong. So Brodito did what they had to do to come out and try to protect them. Again, it didn't happen. FTR showed photos from Steamboat's retirement match where he teamed with Harwood and Wheeler in a big time wrestling. It looked like Dax may have been helping to feed Steamboat his lines at the end to help push this along, which is hilarious because he's old. In the parking lot, we saw the Don Callis family beat down Jurassic Express. Then the Young Bucks then told the Young Bucks they should join the family next week. So question right there. Do you guys think that the Young Bucks are going to end up joining the Don Callis family? Very interesting. We should see. Next up, we got our main event. You know they were going to give this as much time as possible. 1 cage, 2 rings, 3 words: blood and guts. War Game sounds a lot better than blood and guts. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But anyways, early in this match, Mark Briscoe was ruled out of action due to a backstage attack from the Don Callis family. This allowed the Death Riders to dominate as the match officially began. However, Briscoe refused to remain ruled out and arrived with weapons to turn the tide. Gabe Kidd arrived to help take out Darby Allin, seemingly spelling doom for the babyface resistance. Even with the Daredevil out of the picture, though, the Conglomeration took out the Death Riders and sealed the win when Kyle O'Reilly made Moxley tap out to a grapevine ankle lock. Again, this match went a little bit longer than the women's and wasn't necessarily as exciting as the women's. But again, like I said, this match still worked well for what it was. The babyfaces had the advantage, but neither team did enough to sell the dynamic shifts with new additions to the contest. However, the contest did turn into a major positive direction once everyone got involved in the action. Briscoe injury delaying the full team fight ramped up the drama, followed by Kidd unbalancing the odds again once Chicken got in the mix. So the end result was an excellent culmination of the last month where KOR was the Mox kryptonite. He simply has the better wrestler down the stretch and finally got to make the Death Riders leader tap out. This contest was the biggest star-making spotlight O'Reilly could have asked for, and he came out of it looking like he could genuinely defeat anyone in the business. So my question to you is, do you think that Kyle O'Reilly could end up being somebody that you see fight for maybe the international championship or maybe for the heavyweight championship? You'll have to see. Like I said, they're building Kyle O'Reilly up to be something. So overall, the show in itself, like I said, pay-per-view quality, if you ask me, I'm going to go ahead with the A-. I like the show. Not a lot of matches, but a lot of competitors and a lot of moments within the match. And again, it just made sense. This was all about blood and guts. And they delivered that for certain. So let me know you guys' thoughts. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What would you have changed? I appreciate you guys so much. Until next time, keep those booking pencils sharp. Keep on booking.